Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to present our brand new security policy, which has been designed to address potential vulnerabilities in both code development and systems architecture. This policy is a critical component of our defense in depth strategy, ensuring that we have multiple layers of security to protect our systems. By implementing these policies, standards, and best practices, we aim to create a secure development environment that minimizes risks and ensures compliance with industry standards. Let's start by looking at the threats matrix. This matrix outlines the 10 coding vulnerabilities we've identified, along with their severity, likelihood, remediation costs, and priority level. For example, STD001 CPP C style variadic functions. It is high severity, a probable likelihood, a medium remediation cost, and priority level 12, which is high. Uh, STD004 CPP for SQL injection has medium severity, a probable likelihood, a high remediation cost, and a low priority level at level 2. STD005 CPP memory allocation slash delocation has low severity, probable likelihood, low remediation costs, and priority level medium, which is 6. This matrix helps us focus our efforts on the most critical vulnerabilities first. Automation tools like CodeSonar, CLang Tidy, and Polyspace Bug Finder will be used to detect and remediate these issues efficiently. Our security policy is built on 10 core principles, each aligned with specific coding standards. These principles ensure that security is integrated into every stage of development. Let's briefly review them. The first will be to validate input data. This ensures no malicious data enters the system. The second would be heed compiler warnings. This prevents undefined behavior by addressing warnings. The third would be architect and design for security policies. This ensures security is prioritized during design. The fourth would be to keep it simple, simplifies code to make it easier to secure. The fifth would be default deny. This blocks unauthorized access by default. The sixth would be adhere to the principle of least privilege. This limits access to only what is necessary. The seventh would be to sanitize data sent to other systems. This prevents data leaks and exploits. The eighth would be practice defense in depth. This uses multiple layers of security. The ninth would be use effective quality assurance techniques. This ensures issues are caught early. And the 10th would be to adopt a secure coding standard. This establishes a consistent approach to secure coding. These principles guide our development process and align with the 10 coding standards we'll discuss next. Here are the 10 coding standards listed in priority order based on their threat level. STD001 CPP, defining C-style variadic functions. STD008 CPP, avoiding exceptions and destructors. STD009 CPP, avoiding modifications to standard namespaces. STD005 CPP, ensuring proper memory allocation and delocation. STD002 CPP, avoiding reserved identifier misuse. STD003 CPP, correct use of constant and volatile qualifiers. STD004 CPP, preventing SQL injection. STD006 CPP, preventing data leaks across trust boundaries. STD007 CPP, avoiding loops in static object initialization, and STD-010 CPP, avoiding unnamed namespaces in header files. We prioritize these standards based on their severity, likelihood, and remediation costs, ensuring that we address the most critical vulnerabilities first. Our encryption strategy covers three key areas: encryption in flight, which is described as all data transmitted over networks must be encrypted using TLS 1.2 or higher. Encryption at rest, which is described as sensitive data stored in databases or file systems, must be encrypted using AES 256. Encryption in use, which is described as data being processed in memory, should be protected using secure enclaves and hardware based encryption. This multi layered approach ensures that data is protected at all stages, whether it's being transmitted, stored, or processed. The AAA framework, authentication, authorization, and accounting, is a cornerstone of our security policy. Authentication, which is we enforce multi-factor authentication, MFA, for all users. Authorization, we adhere to the principle of least privilege, ensuring users only have access to the resources they need. And accounting, we maintain detailed logs of all access and actions for auditing purposes. This framework ensures that only authorized users can access our systems and that their actions are tracked. The next 6 slides will explain unit testing frameworks on Google Tests, which are used to test for vulnerabilities like SQL injection and memory allocation issues. It also mentions integrating security-focused tests like fuzz testing. I've shown 6 examples of unit tests used during this process. The second unit test is to verify an out of range exception is thrown when calling out of bounds. The third unit test is to see if resizing increases the collection. The fourth unit test is to see if resizing decreases the collection to 0. The fifth unit test is to see if clear erases the collection. And the sixth unit test is to see if reserve increases capacity but not the size of the collection. On this slide, it is shown that automation is key to enforcing our security policy. In our DevOps pipeline, security tools are integrated at every stage. We use tools like Code Commit, which uses static code analysis tools like Code Sonar and CLang Tidy to detect vulnerabilities. Build Stage, to show compiler warnings and security flags are enforced. Testing Stage, to show that automated units and integration tests are run. And the Deployment Stage, to show that dynamic analysis tools like OWASP, ZAT are used to scan for runtime vulnerabilities. This ensures that security is baked into every step of the development process. Implementing this security policy comes with both risks and benefits. The risks are that there may be initial resistance from the team due to the learning curve, and some remediation efforts could be costly. The benefits are by acting now, we can prevent costly breaches, ensure compliance with regulations, and build a reputation for secure software. If we delay, we risk exposing our systems to vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers. For example, the Equifax breach was caused by a failure to patch a known vulnerability, resulting in significant financial and reputational damage. Moving forward, we recommend conducting a gap analysis to identify areas where our current security policy falls short. For example, we should adopt additional standards like STD 011 CPP to address emerging threats and stay updated on industry best practices and real world examples, such as the SolarWinds attack, which highlighted the importance of securing the software supply chain. By continuously improving our security policy, we can stay ahead of potential threats and ensure the long term security of our systems. In conclusion, this security policy is a comprehensive framework designed to protect our systems and data. By following these principles, standards, and best practices, we can create a secure development environment that minimizes risks and ensures compliance. Thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Below are the references I used for my research in this presentation.